Because remember in the first one, in the second one, they were building this kind of a romantic relationship, if you will. And at the end of the second X-Man movie, remember, this is important, Firestar dies. And X-Man is devastated by this. But we see in the third one, X-Man 3, that Firestar can't die. Okay, now I've got to go back just a little bit and explain for you this character of Firestar, because a lot of understanding of these characters, especially Marvel characters, and as you know, I'm a huge Marvel Comics fan. I have a lot of Marvel Comics. I also have a lot of movies starring Marvel superheroes. And I have seen these movies about X-Men several times. And one of the things that I'm going to be discussing today is why the characters that are in X-Men 4, Codename Wolverine, Origin of X-Men, are there and what they mean to the development of this character, because this is a very complicated character. So if you remember, or if you didn't know, I'll explain it to you. Firestar in the X-Men movies is actually based on a character that appeared in the 1980 show called Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. And remember, Firestar was one of the main characters in that show. If you've seen it, I have seen it. I own the series, and I've seen every episode. And so I can tell you, I know all about Firestar. But if you haven't had a chance to watch that show, that movie, you're going to be missing the true understanding of the backstory of this character. Now, they did change a little bit of the Firestar character in that in the original depiction of this character, she could fly. And she wore a mask. But they've changed the character a little bit, probably to make it a little more realistic for the movies. And they do that often in movies. They'll take a character, and Marvel does this a lot. They'll change it a little bit for the movie. In this case, they took the original depiction of Firestar and changed her so that she no longer flies. But her power now is that she can't die. And so, in the second movie, when Firestar dies, remember, X-Man is devastated. And I mean, we have seen a side of X-Men that we have not yet seen. So this character is being developed and ripped apart, and we see the character literally from the inside out. That the character does have love and emotions and is in fact in love with this character. And so in the third movie, when Firestar comes back and X-Man kills her, because remember, in the third movie, she comes back as a villain. And she can only be stopped by X-Man. X-Man is the only one strong enough to kill Firestar. And this, we see a new development of X-Man, where he goes from being the founder in the first one to the leader in the second one, to the savior in the third one. And this is a common theme in classic characters. Superheroes are often seen as saviors, but they must go through the process. And this process is called character development. And if there is continuous connection between development of one part to the development of the second part to the development of the third part and so on and so forth, this is called continuity, if everything connects properly. And so the character of